Hey guys. Um, can you, okay, good. I just wanted, there's a little light that I can see if my voice is actually recording on here. So this is an introduction to the Unit 1 lab. I have a recording for the procedure part. I just wanted to give you some heads up as far as where to get the instructions and things like that. So first off, you are going to need your lab manual. It's the same manual you were using in Chemistry A. And then Chemistry A, we did labs 1 through 6, so our first lab is going to be lab 7, gas laws. That's on page 25. Okay. Um, there are 3 parts to this in your kits. You should have, I think it's a set of 10 balloons. You only need 5 for the lab, so that does give you, in case you accidentally pop one, something like that. You're going to want a marker that you can write on the balloon with, so a permanent marker is going to work better. You don't want a really super fine tip one, a lighter tip, that way you don't pop the balloon. Then measuring tape or like a piece of string or something like that, because you can always use a piece of string and then the ruler from your kit in order to get an actual length. And then you're going to need some space in a freezer and a bowl large enough to hold the balloon plus some hot water. And then that's the first 2 parts, and then based on the third part, you're going to need vinegar and either antacid tablets. You can use that, or if you don't have antacid tablets, you can also use baking soda, whichever one you have in your house. If you use the antacid tablets, you will need to get your mortar and pestle out so that you can crush them up into a fine powder. If you use baking soda, you can just use that as is. If you don't have either of those, baking soda or antacid, contact me right away. We'll figure out something so that you can still get credit for the third part, okay? But the first 2, everything because the balloons are in the kit, you should be able to do that one without issue. So that's the physical materials. Let's talk about where to get your lab report and things. Let me share my screen. Okay, so you should be able to see the chemistry homepage. So first lab, you can go to plan and find it on there, or you can go over to this class content area, click on Unit 1, States of Matter, and then scroll down until you find the laboratory. So gas laws 1. The first one is always where stuff will be usually. So these first few links are some introductory information, not a bad thing to read through because it may help with some of the terminology, but your actual lab report is right here in the first Dropbox area. All right, so make sure you grab that. For this lab, I'm opening it up real quick, although I'm not sure you'll be able to see this. No, you don't actually, I'm not sharing this part of my screen. But for this lab, there is some graphing that you have to do, and then some general questions related to volume and temperature, volume and the amount of reactants. So my plan is to go over some of this information and also walk you through the calculations related to the lab, hopefully in class. Otherwise, I will definitely have a small group after things are due. So if you're struggling, contact me. I'll make sure that we have an opportunity to work on it together. So that's the first thing. And then something else that's gonna be in this area, and I'm just gonna add the marker for it right now, maybe, is eventually in this spot here, this recording that I'm making at the moment, along with a second one that walks through the procedure, will be posted here. So obviously it's not ready yet since I'm making it right now, but it will fall before the Dropbox. So you, in every single lab will have something like this. So you want to watch this before, certainly before turning it in, but probably even before starting, because it'll help, I'm hoping, clarify any procedural questions, because I try to set things up as much as possible for you. Okay? So from here, you're going to click on this recording area, and there's going to be a second recording. So there'll be, the first one will be this one that we're in the middle of right now. And then the second one is going to be this recording here. I made this recording, it was my first time doing a Google Plus thing in class. So the first 4 minutes are kind of figuring things out. So go ahead and fast forward to just past 4 minutes, and that'll actually start up the procedure as far as techniques and ideas for, you know, making sure that you collect all the data that you need, how to measure things, stuff like that. So definitely this recording will be handy, but go ahead and fast forward to through the first 4 minutes. Okay? And of course, if you have questions, don't hesitate to come see me in Science Help in the morning, shoot me a K-mail, set up a one-on-one. I would love to help.